Here we go. All right, so we are talking 6.1, just operations on functions. All right, and what I mean by operations is just addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It's pretty straightforward, guys. For example, if I have a function given like f of x is 3x and g of x is x minus 2, if we want to add the function, all right, that's what that looks like, f plus g of x, you literally just add the two functions together. So I would do 3x plus the x minus 2 and just add it together. And that's it. All right, same thing, subtraction. If I want to subtract, right, f minus g of x, you literally just subtract the two functions. So my f of x is 3x minus the g of x, which is x minus 2, distribute that negative, and then simplify. And then you would get your final answer. All right, and then multiplication, you literally just multiply. So 3x times x minus 2, distribute, and then final answer. And lastly, when you divide, right, and you want to find the function f over g of x, you just divide the function. Now this one you do have to be careful because when there's a fraction, you have to make sure the denominator is not equal to 0, right? So we would do 3 over x minus 2, but x cannot equal to 2 because that's what makes the denominator equal to 0. So you do need to add that into your answer. All right. Any questions before we get into our examples? All right, then let's try it. So for each one, we're going to find the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division functions for each given f of x and g of x. And we want to indicate any restrictions in the domain or range. That's this part, right? Anything that would, make the denominator equal to 0, we have to make sure to indicate that. All right, so let me call on some people to help me out with these. If you're not sure, I'm going to have you just try it with me anyway. Okay, here we go. Starting with number 1, I want to find f plus g of x. Samantha, help me out with this first one. What do you think?
For the f plus g of x, you have to, I'm not really sure.
That's okay, yeah. Do what you think might be right, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong.
Okay, you f and then you insert like the minus 4x plus 1.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me what to write.
F plus negative 4x plus 1.
You actually don't need to put in the f. So the f is this function f of x. And what this is saying is I want to add the f function with my g function. So what is f of x based off of what they give us?
Oh, so 3x plus 3.
Good.
Plus negative 4x plus 1.
Good. There you go. All right. And then now you just simplify that. So you're basically just adding those functions together. And you actually don't even need the parentheses since we're just adding. So add those together, Samantha. And what does that simplify down to be?
So you add it all together?
Yeah. So like combine your like terms.
Oh, okay. So negative x plus 4.
Perfect. And that's it. That's your final answer. All right. So f plus g of x just means add the functions together. Great, Samantha. Nice. Okay, let's try the next one. F minus g of x. Sebastian, help me with this one.
Okay, so we get something like f of x minus g of x. So
Uh-huh.
so you get something like 7x plus 2
Oh, okay, so you get 3x plus
plus
3.
3. So that's no, that's the same as last time, but the other one, but the g of x is negative. The minus 4 becomes 4 plus
Uh,
negative plus positive 4x,
Good.
and and then 1 becomes negative. So yeah, it's 7x plus 2.
Perfect. Nicely done, Sebastian. All right. Well explained too. I like it. Okay. Perfect. Nice. Let's go to multiplication. We have f times g of x. And help me with this one, Riley.
So you do f of g of x because they're all pushed together. So
Okay.
then it's 3x plus 3 times negative 4x plus 1.
Perfect. Keep going.
And then put those, and then you multiply those together. So it's negative 12x squared.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this like mentally.
That's okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do the outside. So 3x times 1.
And then plus 3x
Mm-hmm.
minus 12x
Perfect.
plus 3.
Perfect. Okay. And simplify that.
So then it's negative 12x squared minus 9x plus 3.
Perfect. Nicely done. By the way, Riley, should I like factor out the 3 or something? Should I do that?
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that. So then it's
I was
3
trying to
of,
trick you.
oh, then,
No, it does it say factor? Do the directions say factor?
no.
No. So that's it. It just, you want to simplify. So that should be it. Okay. You only want to factor if it says factor. If it doesn't say factor, then leave it. This is it. Okay. All right. Good job, Riley. Rachel, yes, go for it. F over G of X. Let's go to Betty. Betty, help me out with this one. What do I do? F over G of X. Betty, keep typing in the chat what goes after that. So F over G of X. So then that will equal to what? Go ahead and type it in the chat if your mic's not working. Good. Okay, so you got 3x plus 3 over negative 4x plus 1. Good. Now you can't simplify that. There's nothing we can divide. So this is almost our final answer, except we have a denominator. So we have to make sure that that denominator does not equal to 0. So on the side here, let's set this equal to 0 and solve for x. Okay, so Betty, go ahead and do that and then tell me what you get for x. Okay, good. So we get x is 1/4 is what would make that denominator equal to 0, right? But guys, we don't want the denominator equal to 0. So that means x cannot equal to 1/4. All right, and this whole thing is now your final answer. All right, good job, guys. Any questions before we just keep practicing this? Okay, Maddie, why don't we try, yeah, let's try this one. Number 2. All right, so sorry, what did you say? You're
I
okay.
don't know what's
Here.
happening. Oh, I didn't. Okay. So doesn't it just like you have to, okay. So it's f plus g
Mhm.
squared plus 2 times f plus g plus 4.
Okay, don't actually like distribute the f. The f is not being multiplied. It's just saying f of x, this function that involves x, is equal to this. So you just want to add the functions together.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else.
Okay.
Okay, so just x squared plus 2x minus 3x plus 2.
Perfect. And now you just have to combine any like terms.
So it'd be x squared minus x plus 6.
Perfect. You got it. All right. Great job, Maddie. Okay, let's try the next one. Subtraction. Let's go to Angie. All right, Angie.
It'd be like x squared plus 2x plus 4, and then minus parentheses negative 3x plus 2, right?
Good job. I'm so glad you put the parentheses. Nice. Okay, keep going.
And then it'd be x squared plus 2x plus 4 plus 3x minus 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then x squared plus 5x plus 2.
Perfect. Nicely done, Angie. Okay, awesome. Let's go to the multiplication one, and let me call on Joseph. All right, Joseph, multiply. What do we do?
All right, so basically we get x squared plus 2x plus 4
Mhm.
times negative 3x plus 2.
Perfect.
Oh, and then we multiply that out too, right?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so it would be negative 3x squared
Mhm.
plus
Oh, actually, sorry. Squared. So when you multiply x squared times negative 3x squared, how many x's do you actually multiply together?
3
3. Good. So it should be negative 3x to the
to the third,
perfect. There you go. All right, keep going.
and then it'd be x squared times 2, right?
Yeah, perfect.
So it'd be 2x squared.
Nice. Okay, keep going.
And then
So you took care of the x squared, so that's already done. And
yeah.
Then now
Oh, so it's 2x. So then it'd be negative 5x squared.
Oh, careful. 2 times 3 instead of 2.
Oh, sorry. 6.
There you go. All right, so negative 6x squared. Good. And then keep going.
And then it'd be 4x.
Perfect. Okay, so done with that one. Okay, and then do the 4.
Negative 12x.
Perfect.
And then that'd be 8.
Nice. Okay, and last step, you want to go ahead and combine any like terms.
Negative 4x squared. Right?
So that's negative 4x squared.
Oh yeah, negative 4x squared.
Forget the first
And
term.
then, yeah. So, and then negative 8x.
Perfect.
Plus 8.
Okay, and then what am I missing in the front here?
The negative 3x squared. Sorry, not squared, cubed.
Yeah, I know. We're so used to doing square. You guys have graduated and now you're on higher degree. Perfect. Nicely done, Joseph. Awesome. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Last one we got f over g of x. Okay, let me call on Celine since I think Celine, you had a question on this one. So let's work it out. So f over g of x. So Celine, what would we do first to get the function?
You would put x squared plus 2x plus 4 over negative 3x plus 2.
Perfect. Negative 3x plus 2. Okay, now, Celine, when we have a fraction, what happens when the denominator of that fraction, like let's say I put 100, just a random number, and I divide that by 0, what happens? When I divide a number over 0. Do you know what that's equal to?
Is that I forgot the term, but isn't it like irrational?
It's
Undefined. Yeah.
Yeah, you had the right idea. Yeah, so it's undefined. So basically you don't get a number, like it doesn't come out to be like a real number. So when I have this function that you just created, x squared plus 2x plus 4 over negative 3x plus 2, we have to make sure that it does not become undefined. And what makes that undefined is if the denominator, negative 3x plus 2, if that ends up being 0, that makes the whole fraction undefined, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's see what makes that denominator equal to 0. So let's solve for x here. So we, subtract the 2 over, and then, oh, sorry, my iPad's lagging a little bit. Subtract the 2 over, divide the negative 3, and I get x is equal to 2/3. So when x is equal to 2/3, that means the denominator, when I plug in 2/3, would equal to 0. And that means the whole fraction goes undefined. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want that to happen or do we not want that to happen?
We would not want that to happen.
So that means x should not equal to what?
2/3.
Exactly. So that is your final answer. So that means this function, f over g of x, is equal to that big ol' function there, except we don't want x to equal to 2/3 because that would make that whole thing undefined. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let's just do one more and then I think you guys got it. So let's jump straight to number 4. All right, so flip to the back and then I have some extra practice if you want it. I'll show you guys those answers if you want some extra practice. Okay, number 4, help me out with the addition one. Russell, help me out with this one.
So we write 4x minus 3 plus x cubed plus 2x.
Good, and there's a negative there. I know it's a little hard to see, but there's a negative in front of that x cubed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so let's combine like terms and simplify. What do we get?
We get minus x cubed plus 6x minus 3.
Perfect. You got it. Nice, Russell. All right, let's go on to subtraction. And Mateo, show me how you do it.
4x minus 3 minus parentheses negative x squared plus 2x.
Good. Oh, x cubed. Sorry,
Right.
that's a little hard to see. Yeah, so that's a 3 up there. My bad. But good parentheses. Thank you for putting those parentheses. Okay, simplify that, Mateo. What do we get?
X cubed. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, x cubed.
Plus 2x minus 3.
Perfect. Nicely done. Way to do that in your head too. You like skipped a step and went straight for the answer. I like it. All right, good job, Mateo. Next one, f times g of x. Let's go, Ethan. All right, Ethan, how do we do this one?
So we're gonna do 4x minus 3 times negative x cubed plus 2x.
Next, keep going.
And then negative 4x to the 4th plus 8x squared minus or plus 3x cubed
Good.
minus 6x.
Good. And let's put that in order. So final answer.
Negative 4x to the fourth plus 3x cubed plus 8x squared minus 6x.
You got it. Now, Ethan, it looks like I can pull out like an x to factor. Should I do that?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Does it say factor?
No, it does not.
No, so then why would you do extra work? It doesn't
I
even
don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, so don't do it. Just because it's factorable doesn't mean you have to factor. Look at the directions. If it doesn't say to factor, leave it. This is simplified. Okay. Good job, Ethan. Okay, last one. Let's go to Jackson. All right, Jackson, finish it off for us. F over G of X.
So you put 4x minus 3 over x cubed plus 2x.
Good. All right. So we got 4x minus 3 over negative x cubed plus 2x. Now we have to put in our domain restriction. So what do we need to figure out?
Do we have to put one like 0?
Good. Specifically what?
Is it the 4x minus 3?
No, the denominator.
Denominator.
Yeah.
Negative x cubed plus 2x.
Good. Okay, so let's figure out when that's equal to 0. Okay, this one's a little bit tougher. So how do we figure out when that's equal to 0? Idea.
I'm not sure.
Just throw out an idea, even if you're not sure.
Oh, subtract the 2x.
Okay. Well, actually, you know what?
Or add the x.
I see what you're doing, because then you're going to divide the x's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, you actually lose an answer by doing that. I would actually factor here to solve for x. So I would take out an x. Because it's equal to 0, if you factor it here, you can actually figure out, okay, here I get x is equal to 0. Here you set x equal to 0, and then you can solve for x. Okay, so then Jackson, take it over from here. I have x squared is equal to 2. What do I do to solve for x?
Divide it.
By what?
By x.
If I divide by x, I end up with an x on this side. So that doesn't kind of isolate the x. So what can I do to get rid of that square?
Rad.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so rad, and then we get x is equal to what?
Rad 2.
And don't forget, if you square root a square, you need the
I.
You need plus or minus.
Oh, plus or minus. Okay.
Yeah. So don't forget, when you square root a square, you need that plus or minus. Okay. Okay, and then so we have x cannot equal to 0, and x cannot equal to plus or minus rad 2. Final answer. All right, good job, Jackson. Okay, questions on those? Oh, does yours not have a negative in front, guys? I think, I have like 2 different versions of this, so I'm not sure which version you guys got. But sorry, if you guys didn't have a negative in front of the x cubed, you can just add it in for that problem. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. I think you got it. So the rest is just extra practice. I can show you the answers, and if you want to jot them down, you can. But I think you're good. But any questions before I switch it over to the answer key?